Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch an Italian movie here. It's called 2B20, starring Gloria Guida and Lily Carati. Let's watch. Our movie starts with a couple of ladies hitchhiking through Italy.
Like you doing all alone. Well, Johnny Ray offers you 3 squares a day, a roof over your head, and a place to crash. Where else could you get that with inflation? You'll get, girls, this is your lucky day. Become a stopper.
They end up at a bar with a bunch of pervs.
Don't be silly. Loosen up. Let's have a party. What are you, shy?
The guys kind of capture the girls and try to sell them, although they're not willing. The blonde is Gloria Guida.
Use the money to invest in that girly magazine.
Brunette is Lily Carati. The guys don't like being spurned like that, so they chase them down through the woods. Cops show up.
You going to roll?
No worse for wear, they end up back on the road and trying to hitch again. They come across a lesbian.
Well, are you going to give us a ride or not? There you go. You can afford the bus now. Supermarket.
So with no ride, they decide, let's find that commune in Shining Ray.
Hey, look, that truck's stopping.
Those are some great shorts. But they do arrive and they find themselves at the Temple of Tranquility.
The Temple of Tranquility?
Here's their room. Their room features a guy named Coco, who's in deep meditation. The girls are hungry, so they go to the grocery store. They don't have any money, of course, so they're just going to start eating inside the store. So yeah, they're thieves too. Apparently the cops are trying to shut down the commune for drugs.
So-called Temple of Tranquility, run by an ex-con known as Orville Krishna Sangha.
All Lily Carati wants to do is have sex with somebody.
Hi, guys. Anyone here want to get laid?
She goes outside and finds another commune member that she's super attracted to. Of course, he's in some sort of coma. Now we might finally get some foursome action going here. They find some available guys. They all hop into bed together, and Coco watches. But ultimately the guys get up and nothing happens because they don't like the fact that Coco's watching them. The girls decide to get jobs while they're there, selling encyclopedias. The TV crew decides to come over to film some members of the commune.
Ever since I can remember, I was conditioned to accept the idea that men are superior. My parents did everything they could to see that their adorable little baby followed them blindly down a straight and narrow path.
A comatose guy outside is now in Lily Carati's bed.
Would you excuse us a minute?
This time she's going to get rid of Coco.
I don't want to take any chances.
And with Coco gone, she finally gets some.
This is true.
Let's dance! Turns out she's not a bad salesperson.
The complete set comes to $500 including tax. Excuse me a second. Here's an application form. Just put your signature at the bottom and...
The girls go back to the grocery store that they stole at earlier and start eating in the aisles again. This time they got money, though. Remember that police raid that they talked about?
All right, this is the police raid. Everybody on your feet. Come on, get them out of here. Get them out of here. Take them away. And the clown. Take them away for...
They interrogate everybody, including Coco.
Don't turn your back on Dad.
They don't get much out of him.
Out of here. I don't have time to listen to his crap. Get him out of here. Oh, no. Brutality.
They don't get much out of Lily Carati's guy either.
What do? Go around the streets begging, living off welfare, huh? I'm a social parasite. About drugs, about all that.
The girls get interrogated too.
Jail for life. Got it?
This guy offers to let him go.
Haven't signed a statement. Get him out of here. All right, girls. All you have to do is fill in your name. You've got your date and place of birth, your parents' address, so just sign, and you're both free to get out of here.
So they get out of there, and the adventure continues. Oh, to be 20. hairy armpits. Alright, let's talk about this film, To Be 20. This is a movie that I saw in many video stores back in the day, any video store that carried like the private screenings tapes. This one was ultimately there. It was under that title, To Be 20. I eventually tracked another version of this down. I'd heard there was another version out there, and I got a PAL VHS tape of this, and it was a completely different film. And I believe this DVD has that version on there, as well as another version, which is not the private screenings version. There's multiple versions of this movie. It's all over the place. This DVD happens to have 2 of them. Now, the director's cut on here ran like 96 minutes, and I did not watch that one because it was in Italian, and I didn't feel like reading, so I watched the shorter version, which is an hour and 23 minutes, which I probably shouldn't have done, but whatever, right? Anyway, I remember watching the original 2B20, and it was basically a carefree sex romp, nudity-filled romp. And then later on, once I watched the PAL version that I had, the longer one, I found out that it was a much more brutal film. It was a completely different film. It was very dark and disturbing. And I believe that's what the director's cut here is also. There was a gang rape in this movie, which I just barely showed a little bit of when they were attacked by those guys in the woods. It kind of freeze-framed, and we didn't see what happened next, but apparently they were gang raped. And I believe the movie ended with them being killed, too, as I recall. Not in this version, though. The one I watched today was more of that sexy romp, although, yeah, quite a film. So, anyway, it's kind of like these 2 girls join this hippie cult, and all the one girl wants to do is get laid, but you can't find anybody to get laid to or with because everybody's all drugged up. Eventually, they find 2 guys, and they kind of have a foursome, but then the guys don't get into it because there's some weird guy with white paint on his face named Coco who's just sitting there meditating while watching them. Just an odd film, but anyway, it's not a bad film at all. It's just very strange. The 2 stars are Lily Karate is the brunette and Gloria Guida is the blonde. Lily Karate was in a couple of movies I did recently, The Alcove and Copenhagen Nights, also known as The Exhibitionist. She was a Miss Italy or a Miss Italy runner-up like in 1975. Absolutely gorgeous woman. As is Gloria Guida, the blonde. She was like Miss Teen Italy in 1974 or something like that. So 2 beautiful, beautiful women in this movie. And of course, they take their clothes off, which is why they watch this kind of crap. So anyway, lots of nudity here. Lots of male and female nudity, actually. The back of the box kind of makes it look like there's some lesbian action going on, but there really wasn't any lesbian action going on, unfortunately. But Lily Karate, incidentally, is deceased now. She died a few years ago. I think she had a brain tumor, but she actually did some actual hardcore porn in the late 80s, a few movies, which you can find online, too. Gloria Guida did not. She ended up getting married and presumably is still living happily ever after. So anyway, check this movie out. It's an odd little entry by Raro Video, but it's a good movie. This disc, or this box here has 2 versions of it, and yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. It's called To Be 20. Watch it. Bye.